This is Marine Master Sergeant Charlie Duquette. Tonight's Veterans Voice features Radioman 3rd Class Eugene Mathis, who served from 1964 to 1966. August 2nd, 1964, started out as just any other routine night watch at the Naval Communications Station on the island of Guam. Petty Officer Mathis was there from the very beginning, and this is his story.
On August the 2nd, 1964, a particular event happened that really changed our lives on Guam and what we did, because we're sitting around one night, and the evening watch and the midnight watch, everything's kind of laid back. We're sitting around with coffee, you know, feet propped up and everything, and we'd take a message when we needed to. But all of a sudden, we hear someone calling us up with a what we call a message president. We were usually getting routine or priority or operational messages, but this time there was an emergency message. We get this, which is Z for emergency president. And I jumped up and ran over to my receiver and called the guy back up and asked him to send the message, and lo and behold, it was a guy on the USS Maddox, a destroyer, sending a message telling us that they were being fired on by North Vietnamese PT boats. I remember telling the other guys that I'm taking a Z president's message, and I think the supervisor of the watch came over, and from that point on, it was just wild. Yeah, we knew there were advisors over there, and we knew that there had been some problems, but this was just so out of the norm that it really just shook us up. I finished taking the message, and we routed the message to the proper people. The rush came that morning, daylight, when all the officers started coming in after the message had been routed. It became chaotic in the radio room, and from that point on until the time I left, it was wild. That was it, because 7 days later, Congress voted the Tonkin Gulf Resolution, which gave President Johnson the authority to send troops over there. Didn't think about it for years. I did not think about it for years, and several years ago, I was looking at an almanac, a world almanac, and I looked at 1964, August the 2nd, and I thought, oh man, that's when that happened, and I was right there. I took the message.
On behalf of all Vietnam veterans, I would like to thank Petty Officer Mathis for his service. And now back to the studio and Greg Brasso.
The best thing about this is just bringing the benefits and everything to the veterans out there that they have no idea that they're eligible for. So we speak the truth and tell them where to go, how to do it, how to accomplish the mission that they're on now to get their benefits and their rights. Doesn't matter what it is. To let them know about housing. Maybe they have a legal issue and they need to get in touch with the VJO in the court system. So it's just my mission. If they're in crisis, you know, we're going to call 1-800-273-8255 at the prompt press 1. They don't have to go through this stuff alone. They can call me. I do crisis intervention on suicide. I help any way I can, and the show does everything possible to support the mission for the vets out there. Real life issues that veterans go through every day.
And we try to address the unmet needs, as Charlie talks about.
And we give them real solutions within 48 hours.
With real people that answer the phone. Yep. Carolyn Mason Wally, 13 Women Veteran Shows. And once again, another role model for me, that I took a little bit from each one of you here and try to apply it into most importantly, I think, solutions. We have Mark Wozniak and Tommy Leonard here tonight.
That's right.
You know, U.S. Family Health, it's allowed us to continue for 2 years. Mark and Tommy, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh!
Thank you!
You know,
without the sponsors, we can't do what we do.
That's right.
And obviously, look at the health providers that are here and the changes that they're making. And I want to thank you, and I'm sure there's 1,000 veterans that are receiving hospital care tonight that want to thank you as well. You know, the big effort of the show here was to get awareness. And Mark, do you want to say a couple of words from what you've experienced here and since we've been together?
So my name is Mark Wozniak. I am a retired Navy senior chief.
All right.
And you can say my tagline, I would say, is I care about your TRICARE. And I also use the VA system. So I mix and match both the TRICARE and the VA healthcare program. But the bottom line is just making sure the information is out there for our veterans.
Being able to provide health care at a high quality and individual focus to every person that I meet is a really rewarding experience, and hopefully we can continue developing, delivering exceptional care for many years to come.
Yeah, I do TRICARE seminars every Tuesday and Thursday on Hanscom Air Force Base
okay.
from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You don't need an appointment. I can't even tell you how many people I've sent over to the VA system from Hanscom. So
Well, and I see you two folks out at all the events. You don't just talk about it, come on the show for a couple of minutes and disappear into the woodwork. You're there at almost every event. One of you or both of you are out there all the time. So I know there's a lot of families out there of active and retired military that owe their lives to you and everything that U.S. Family Health does.
We also have somebody here, a representative for somebody here was our co-host when he was just a lowly commissioner of Veterans Affairs in Boston. We got Jumpin' Joe Truselli. Joe, give us a greeting from Francisco Irena. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, congratulations, guys, on making it 3 years.
Thanks,
You do a
Joe.
fantastic job. Thank you, and it's an honor to be here with you.
Joe, you've been on a couple of times. You've
Not a few.
contributed to several shows.
I have, and the secretary sends his regards, and he's going to try and get on the phone and call.
All
in
right,
here,
that would be great.
From his other location that he's at right now. But
He's just incredible, the amount of events that he attends
Oh,
and
God,
the work
yes.
that he's doing.
everywhere. He
His
makes it
wife
across the
must put a picture up on the wall for the new baby and say, yeah, that was Francisco. You see.
You can't find someone more dedicated to the cause, and he is out there every day holding up the fight and making sure that our veterans are taken care of, our 365,000 plus veterans
Wow.
here in the Commonwealth. So
Number one state in the union,
we are
Massachusetts.
we are number one in the country right now, and a couple quick announcements we have coming up with the Women's Veterans Network has their annual conference coming up on June 10th.
June 10th,
Up in-
great.
up in
Leominster,
Very good.
Doubletree,
So-
yeah.
So we gotta make sure we get that word out. We're really looking forward to a big
As a
crowd.
matter of fact, we're just getting ready to do a PSA for you, Joe.
Oh, even better.
Gail just sent us the 100-word outline. We're going to work on it. We're going to massage it a little bit. We're either going to have Allie read it or we're going to have one of our readers in here read it. We'll send it to you for approval, and then we'll play it, and then you can put it on your Facebook. We'll produce that all free of charge for you.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
I understand there's a rumor that you might be getting together with some of the counterparts of Francisco in the near future. Is that true?
It is selected for the 2018 NASDVA conference, so all of the boss's counterparts will be
Nice.
coming into Boston in 2018. We're working on organizing that now and trying to get through all the legwork and
Logistics.
all the logistics and the legal aspect of it, and making sure that everything is.
It's interesting because I just met with the director of Rhode Island's Veterans Affairs. I met with him and I rode down to Warwick this week, and we just set up a Rhode Island Veterans Night.
Oh, fantastic!
I heard from the Maine Director of Veterans Affairs today. We're doing a Maine Veterans Night coming up. So we're really highlighting New England, but Massachusetts is the hub and the leader.
That's right,
So
leader of the pack.
It is
Yeah.
in the Northeast.
That's,
Yeah.
It is.
that's all we talk about is what great benefits the VSOs and the jobs that all you
And
folks do.
that's another group of individuals that deserve a huge round of applause. Is our veteran service officers.
Yep. Hip hip.
Hooray.
They're right down on the ground level, and they're working with these veterans day in and day out. And one of the unique aspects to Massachusetts is the fact that we have a veteran service officer in every community by statute. So
Dedicated.
We have one of the new reps from Red Sox home base program. Tim is out there because home base has continuing care after the treatment. And I asked about the care that Massachusetts veterans might receive as opposed to somebody from Oklahoma or Missouri. Tim, can you speak to that a little bit about from the home base?
It depends on where they're from, obviously.
Sure.
We try and use the existing infrastructure.
and something that they can use regularly.
Sure, but it's continuing care. It's a follow-up care.
Absolutely.
And Tim, it seems like it's as much a wellness program, not just one issue, but there could be several issues that are that you're addressing at the same time.
All free. Yeah.
Right, absolutely all free. There is wellness, mind, body, mindfulness, just the quality of life piece that really makes the clinical care to the next level.
And you include the family as well, Tim?
Absolutely.
And that's got to be a major part of the solution for you.
It is, absolutely. Everybody knows that when a veteran serves, the whole family serves. And then the same comes back when they come back with these invisible wounds.
Yep.
We need to affect the change across the whole family.
So what do you like about home base the most, even though you just got to home base?
Probably the vet-to-vet contact. One of the cornerstones of our program is having the veteran outreach team, make that vet-to-vet contact and kind of grease the wheels, if you will, between connecting them to care. That's really the most rewarding part.
I just did a referral today for one of my veterans up in OAF up at Bedford for home base for his TBI. I couldn't think of any place better for him to go to for the program there. So
it's just spectacular.
Right. Rock it out.
Hey, hey, it was your birthday. It's an anniversary. If you were still 3, you wouldn't be on the radio. You'd still be.
I'm almost 100 and let me on the
You'd be trying to
radio.
light a fire with sticks.
Your birthday anniversary party, a celebration here.
We're only 3.
Only 3.
And
I am not.
and the honoring of all of my guests that have been here and the shows and the contributions and the successes and the lives that they've all changed. And now we're just going to take a couple of quick calls. First of all, I'd like to talk to our dear friend Jess, that was one of our first producers when we started the show.
Jess, that's right.
Jess, are you out there? Jess? Hello, Jess.
Can you hear me now?
Hi, Greg. Can you hear me?
Oh, Jessie, I love you, dear. How are you doing tonight?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, we're all missing you up here. Jess, how's everything?
Things are going well. How about yourself? Congratulations on 3 years. Check it out.
Imagine that, Jess. Did you ever
think it'd last that long?
And how did we ever survive with you leaving, Jess? It set us
Seriously.
back. Well,
I'm sure you're in good hands without me.
Well, I don't know. You certainly set the stage. You helped us to develop the theme work and the basis of the show, and certainly guided me through the first couple of nights when Dave called me and said he couldn't make it in. Scared that.
Hey, we've come a long way since then, though.
Oh boy, and as we go along, Jess, there's so many more things to do. We're never running out of subjects. It's really, I don't know if it's good or bad, but there's a whole lot of subjects that we're talking about here.
It's just taken off. That's great.
It sure is. And what do you see of the veterans world down in Florida that you're down there, Jess? How is do you get many veterans that you see around? Is there a veterans awareness down there? What's it like?
Well, I mean, the awareness isn't as high as it is up there, but the community itself is massive.
Is it?
They're huge down here. And the golfers, of course, so they kind of go hand in hand.
And Jess, you're at the World Hall of Fame now.
I am. Yep, still there. Been there for 2.5 years now, so.
How lucky are they to have you?
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And maybe you and I are going to be joining forces here in a little project coming up?
Ooh, yes, the book project. That would be awesome.
I think it would be. Well, I got 3 or 4 authors here that are anxious for me to get going, so I think we need to talk next week, Jess, and put this together and get it going real quick.
You got it. I'll help you any way I can.
Oh, you're the best, Jess. Thank you so much, and thanks for taking the time to call in tonight, and hurry back home. We miss you.
Yeah, will do. I miss you guys, too. Congrats. Have a great night.
Thanks, Jess. Thank you so much. That was our old friend Jess Monroe, our first producer that called in. And well, let's go to California. If we don't have Mike, how about California calling?
You did judo, son.
Oh, are we there, California?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, thank you so much for calling in tonight. What brings you to call?
I was invited by Charlie to call in and join your group.
Very nice. And what do you do, sir?
Here I am. I'm a LVEI here in California.
Very nice.
I'm located about halfway between LA and Palm Springs on Interstate 10, San Bernardino.
And how is the veterans community out there?
Veteran community, we have a large population of veterans in this area. A lot of retirees also because of Norton closures and March closures. And George Air Force Base closures. 3 bases within about 40 miles.
Wow.
50-mile distance.
If I could ask, what do you think is the major problem that you're seeing with the veterans population out there?
Most of the veterans that really need employment service here is older vets, probably Vietnam era veterans.
Yep.
Most of recently separated. They're not really looking for jobs too hard because they're using post 9/11 to go to school.
Interesting. Yep.
So that's their priority right now. So, but we do get all the veterans who got laid off back in 2008, 2009 when the unemployment was really high. And those are the folks that, been around a company for a long time and they were making higher wages. So they were the first one to go.
Well, and does the state of California have a veteran service department like we have out here?
Yeah, we have a county veteran service officer here.
In the county.
In the county, just in the county here.
Well, each county has a county veteran service officer.
And how big is each county approximately, population-wise?
Oh God.
Big population.
Okay, the show.
Big, very large. See, we have a veterans officer here almost for every 10,000 people in Massachusetts.
I think we get about 10 or 20,000 that's separated from military almost every year.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, for the state of California, that is, but
sure.
We have a very large population because also down towards San Diego, there's a lot of Navy base that's retired from there. Camp Pendleton is about 60 miles from here, and 29 Palms Marine Base is also about 60 miles.
Yeah. Hidejiro, I was going to thank you for calling. We got a lot of calls in, but I want to invite you to the next time because you're going to be our West Coast representative in San Bernardino County. And I'm sorry to hear what happened there at the elementary school. We're all praying for the families.
It's a tragedy.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have you on again because we'd like to talk to you about what's going on out there, maybe some of the special events and programs you have, and maybe we can help you out and you can give us some ideas as well.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to call, and keep up the good work. We appreciate what you're doing out there.
Okay.
Okay, Hideo. Thank you so much for calling.
Arigato gozaimashita.
And now, on the phone, we have our dear friend Gail. I believe it's Gail McAuliffe is out there. Am I not mistaken?
McAuliffe calling? McAuliffe calling.
You hear that, Gail?
Yes, it's me, Greg.
Oh, and it's all your fans here. We're all standing and give you a round of applause.
Fans. So I heard it's your anniversary today. Is that correct?
Can you imagine that, Gail? Huh?
So what is it? 3 years now?
It's 3 years that they've let me in the studio. Can you imagine?
I can't believe it. What were they thinking?
I think it was I caught Ed Perry at a bad moment. Nancy Ross is laughing in the corner. That just thinks it's like a real kick that they let me in.
Hi, Gail. Yes, I thought I saw Ed Perry trying to lock the door earlier, but
wasn't fast enough.
Hi, Nancy. So I'm here at the Veterans Northeast Outreach Center tonight, and they're having the Northeast Veterans Collaborative meeting. So this is run through a collaborative of community people as well as service agencies. They pick a topic and then they focus the meeting on that topic. So tonight's topic is homelessness. I'm here representing Secretary Urena, who couldn't be here. And they're out there.
He couldn't be here either.
What's the matter with him, Gail? He can't be in more than one place at a time. What's the matter?
Gail, that's why I'm down here and you're up there.
Oh.
Exactly. They haven't figured out how to duplicate him yet. But so this is a collaborative. This is a thing that they've been doing here in the Northeast for a little while now. And it's like a little traveling thing. They go different places and pick different topics, and then they do case studies and talk about all the services available for that particular issue. So tonight's topic is homelessness and the services that are, some of the services that are out there for the homeless population. So that's where I am tonight, and I took a minute from the meeting to call you to say happy anniversary.
Thank you,
I
Gail.
also wanted to remind you about, you know what, our upcoming Women Veterans Conference.
June 10th.
June 10th. Yeah.
Carolyn's here.
Yep.
And so June 10th.
With Joe Trishelli was just Joe Trishelli was.
Hotel in Leominster.
Yeah. Gail's on, Joe. We're just she's reminding everybody again about the Women Veterans Conference.
The most important thing between now and June 10th is making sure everyone knows.
So that's June 10th at the DoubleTree Hotel in Leominster. You can register for it on Eventbrite, or you can give me a call and I can register you. But we want all the women veterans to come. We want active duty personnel as well as retirees to come. We're going to have a great keynote speaker this year, General Lori Ferris, and we have a whole great lineup for that day. I know Nancy's going to come, and she's going to give you some brochures to give to me, Greg.
Yep.
So we have to meet up so I can grab those brochures from you.
Yes, absolutely.
We have a lot of vendors coming. It's going to be a great day.
Great. Gail, thank you so much for taking the time out to call, and I appreciate Secretary Urena and his busy schedule. Thanks. We want to thank Joe Trishelli is also here, Gail. But once again, the state of Massachusetts Department of Veteran Services stepping up and
Number one.
and being there, not just talking it, but really walking it and being out there. And we really appreciate all the great work you do, Gail, and I'm really happy to be associated as being one of your partners.
All right, Greg. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.
I'm sure we will. Thank you very much. All right,
Thanks,
dear.
Greg. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. And then just quickly, we're going to go to one of my
Americans.
Oh, my dear Paisan.
There he comes.
Uh-oh.
There he
Look out.
comes.
Clear the track.
Load it up.
Wally's back. It's
Paisan, I had to do it, man. Want to congratulate you on 3 years of successful work with our veterans. You are the man. Actually, you are the man-child. You've got more
3 years
energy
old.
than anybody I know, and the time you've dedicated to our veterans is just so special. You know, a veteran loves consistency, and just knowing that they can tune in on Thursday nights and find out something that they probably didn't know and they could take advantage of. God bless you, man, for being there and surrounding yourself with that great cast.
Oh.
Come on. Chuck Delaney, gotta love that guy.
Yeah, gotta love him.
gotta
love him.
Thanks, Wally. Thanks a lot, bud.
Gotta love him.
Colonel, he's flying around here. Absolutely.
And how about Chuck Duquette? You gotta love that guy.
How can you not? He's everywhere.
Hey, one thing about him, though, I gotta tell you, you know how I tell veterans they can call me anytime because I'm on my cell?
Yeah.
And I want to hear from them, to participate in our study?
Yeah.
Well, since I said that, he calls me every other day just checking to see if I answer my cell.
Of course he does.
You gotta put him on probation. The guy's crazy.
Hey, Wally, that's because he doesn't answer his phone.
I've got a phone that takes pictures.
He answers for me. He answers for Paisans.
That's it. Yeah.
But seriously, man, you are awesome. We love what you do and how you reach out to veterans, and you make them feel so special. And, they have a place to turn to. You've made them aware of how important the VA is and the benefits they should maximize. And, just doing that, it's what they need.
We think so, Wally, and we thank you and support you, and we love the track program, and we'll have you back on again in a while.
And, hey, Wally.
You gotta get it out there, too. These scientists and psychologists, I'm a 30-year veteran, and I didn't really realize how hard they work. They're working hard for you every day, for the veterans.
Yep.
Working hard every day, finding new ways to help you with research. And that's another thing. The president's new budget, he's trying
Hey,
to...
Wally, we got some other people, but I just wanted to say that...
Bye-bye, Wally.
All right, Wally.
Okay.
That's Wally Musto out there. Following up with the... That veteran's voice we had of the corpsman, the communications guy there from
Eugene
Guam,
Mathis.
and talking about the Maddox in the beginning of Vietnam. I want to welcome a couple of Vietnam veterans here that are repeat guests, that are such great contributors and dear friends of mine. Awesome. Mike Cunningham. Michael, thanks so much for coming in tonight.
Hey, Greg, thank you for everything you've been doing.
And John
Thanks
Oliver.
for having me in again. It's great being here.
Without his guitar.
We love having both of you guys in here, and You know, Mike, it's kind of ironic that we featured the story about the Maddox, which you discussed at our Vietnam. I want to call it a trilogy, but it ended up being five shows. And you've just come back from Vietnam, Mike. What was it like over there in your search for? Tell us about your trip over there.
Well, I just spent a month. I just came home a couple of weeks ago. We spent a month over in northern South Vietnam, but by Da Nang, out in the Quezon Mountains. And I went over there with a POW MIA team from Hawaii, Department of Defense, and we were looking for the remains of a sergeant that was in my company. We had an incident July 29, 1968, where we had a 500-pound bomb blow up in our face, and we lost 4 killed that day. We found 3, but we could never find Sergeant Oxia. And we looked and looked, but we had to move out because we were under contact, and we never could find him. And so 49 years later, we went back there, and we found a lot of evidence. And so now what they're going to do back in Hawaii, they're trying to get permission to do an excavation and get money, really. And if they get that, then we're going to go back and take off the side of the hill.
Just unbelievable effort, Mike. I congratulate you and really honor you. John Olivier, what do you think of a project like that?
I've been here many times along with Mike, and you guys have done a lot of great work for veterans, and Ed Perry especially is behind all this. But I'm very proud to have been part of that 5-hour trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like 5 1-hour shows. It was like a documentary on Vietnam. We had Mike Cunningham here, Chuck Delaney, Charlie Duquette. And for 5 hours, 5 different days, not one person disagreed with another.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
And I've been on a lot of panels on Vietnam, and there's always somebody or a couple of people that don't agree. But thanks to Mike Cunningham's lead on that program, it was just perfect. And I was very proud to be part of that.
I was too, and there's no question, Mike, you did an unbelievable job tying it all together for us from a historical standpoint. I learned so much, and I thought I was fairly knowledgeable.
It was funny you mentioned the Maddox opened the show tonight.
Yes.
I'm looking at Mike Cunningham, and I know he has all the facts, and was saying, well, let's just let it go. But it's just the Maddox episode is like it's kind of Michael Cosm of the whole war.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fictional things were said.
Well,
and
tell us
after our
about it.
5-hour program, I was happy to think, well, we put a lot of light on the Vietnam War, and that was thanks to the guys, the full guys that were here.
I think we told a story from the story makers.
Right.
And the authors.
From
and the
your
authors.
eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Not from our eyes,
Right.
not from a journalist's eyes, maybe flying over a helicopter at 30,000 feet,
Not a
whatever.
filmmaker, but by the guys that were there
Yep.
that actually fought the fight.
Yeah.
Greg, if I could just say one thing, it was an honor for all of us to do that, for sure. But I just want to give accolades to what it's called Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency. These are the guys stationed out of Hawaii. Some of them have been in Southeast Asia for 17 years.
Wow.
And they're still looking for.
Wow.
Really?
Right. So,
Wow.
so you know, we can all be cynics and everything, but our country is still looking for our guy. And there's
Never
still
give
like
up.
1,600 more.
1,600?
And they're going back out again in July to do the same thing.
Wow. Well, you keep, well, Mike, and I know you'll keep us posted and be involved, because we want to be a part of that. We want to bring that message home, bring the results home, because, gee, I watch a lot of news. I don't hear anybody on the news talking about that, Mike.
Those are the real unsung heroes.
Yeah.
They really are. Those guys are the unsung heroes.
No question, no question.
We want to finish the story.
And our friends that didn't come back home from there, and those that did, that came back so different.
Yep.
It was a terrible time, and Mike and John, you just tied it together, and then Tom Kane came in and talked about the aspects of what happens after the
effects,
war,
yep.
and boy, it's just.
And it's taken 50 years for the country to give them their round of applause.
Well,
That's right.
And Mike and John, you're a big part of that, and to encourage veterans. So we really thank you very, very, very much from the bottom of our hearts.
We're both honored.
Thank you, thank you. But let's go to a phone call now. We have Mike out there somewhere. Mike, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, bada bing, what's going on?
Mike Kelly here.
Uh-oh.
No,
Hey, Commander.
real? Is it really? He paid his phone bill.
RMCS USN.
Uh-oh.
Retired.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Anyway, enough of me. I want to do a big shout out to you. And 3 years, I mean, you've really put a lot of time and effort into this thing. I wonder if people know how much time and effort you've put in. All the networking you've done, all the things that you've done, your persistence and determination to achieve positive results for the veteran community is outstanding. And I hope everybody appreciates everything that you have done over this period of time. I know Charlie has kicked you in the butt every once in a while, but to get you keep moving on the same path. But it's been you, buddy. It's been you.
It's hard to kick him in the butt because he's always moving forward.
Well,
anyway,
Mikey, you know, a lot.
I wanted to say, cut it short, and just say, bravo Zulu to you and to all the people that have come on your show over this past 3 years, except for Chuck Delaney.
Thanks, Mike. Go swab a deck, will you?
So anyway, I'm going to sign off and let others take on a few more minutes here.
Mikey,
okay?
thanks so much, brother. You have contributed so much, and I take a lot of your experience and apply it every day. Thanks for sharing all of your knowledge and your experience, Mike. We really appreciate
Henker there?
you.
Is Dave Henker there?
Colonel Henker is around colonelling somewhere. He's made.
Okay, he's colonelling somewhere. Just say hello to him as well.
Yes, Colonel Henker. Mike Kelly with the shout out.
Hey, Master Chief.
Take care.
All right,
Mike.
Dave just sat down to say hello to you, Mikey.
Fair winds, following seas.
But Chuck Delaney, you have a quick shout out tonight.
Yeah, I got a quick one to one of the newest members in our network, Ali Rodriguez, who's the diva down in Plymouth.
The diva.
Yeah.
There she is.
OIF.
She stands by her man, too. That's good.
She just got accepted into grad school.
Oh,
Very
right.
nice.
Wow.
Way to go.
Right.
He's a young soldier herself, a mom, raising kids, taking the time, full-time job, and now going back into school.
Using your GI Bill benefits?
VRD, yep. Sure.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nice.
That's the
Very
best.
nice. Well, Allie, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Good luck with
studying?
everything, and
Thanks.
welcome to our network.
No, I'm so happy to be here. This is amazing. You guys are wonderful.
Well, you're a great part of the network.
Thanks. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
am.
And humble. And humble. What are you studying? What are you studying?
Organizational leadership.
Organizational leadership. We need a little bit of that.
I think you just heard from the first Allie's Veterans Voice show.
It's going to be called Ali Enfree. Yes.
Charlie, I think
Right. Someone else now is after the chair.
Oh, yep.
She's gonna push Charlie right out.
That's right.
The numbers are growing.
Yeah.
The numbers
We'll
are growing.
share. We'll share the chair.
And now I would like to turn to a dear friend of mine that I've been happy to work with, Jimmy Bonnell. Jimmy, thanks for coming in tonight.
Greg, it's an honor. Again, congratulations, like everyone said, on 3 years. And I'm just honored to be considered to be part of the Veterans Voice family. Well, one of the big things, we ran with Team with a Vision, and you knew I had a veteran as a partner to guide, a blind veteran who was being treated at the Cleveland Clinic. He got injured prior to the marathon, so I ended up guiding another blind individual, and it was an amazing experience. But on our team, to my surprise, we had 6 veterans who are visually impaired on our team.
I didn't know.
So I'm going to get more information about these men and women who kind of ran on the same team of us. There was a total of 100 of us.
Whoa.
But 100 out of 30,000 is just a smidgen, because when we were in the event, you felt like you were a veteran. There was so much
That's as
patriotism.
many people as attend a baseball game at Fenway Park, 30,000.
But so many veterans organizations and service organizations and shout-outs that were going on were just amazing. It made you kind of float through the road.
How did she do, by the way?
She did phenomenal. It was a hot day. She had an aggressive goal to break 4 hours, and we came in at 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Wow.
So,
Very good. And Jimmy, now we're going to make a little announcement tonight with our friend here, Timmy from Home Base Program, that we're going to make a little announcement in the night, and you've actually pushed me off the edge here.
Yeah, well, actually, it's even more than that. So,
oh, thank you.
To your listening audience, Timmy did a great job talking about Rum to Home Base. I have volunteered, and Greg has volunteered to start the first ever Veterans Voice team to participate and run the home base.
With CIC.
So Greg and I are just the start. Anyone out there listening, anyone in this room, anyone who loves veterans, we want part of the Veterans Voice team to help us raise awareness of the great programs they do and raise funds to support all these great programs that veterans need. And I will be the captain. I will organize.
I think that they could call me 781-985-1551 or send a quick note to veteransvoiceradio@gmail.com or stop by the radio station some Thursday night and join us. Come on in and introduce yourself. The door's always open here. Bring wine, that'll get you right to the front of the line.
That's the new commander down there from Falmouth.
You know?
And Chuck already said, Chuck and Charlie are going to design the uniforms.
Oh, I'm sure. They're putting lead in my sneakers, so Charlie is anyway.
You don't have to. I've seen your legs.
Yeah.
Hey, but let's get some visually impaired vets that you met to really game up and run in a formation with you guys all tethered to Greg so he doesn't get lost.
Speaking of my old legs, we have some friends here from the VA.
Whoa! Was that a segue?
Wait a minute, now wait a minute.
Is that a segue or a shiv? I couldn't tell.
The senior VA specialists.
What a comeback. That's better than the Patriots comeback. That was great.
Gail, thank you so much, dear, for being my friend. Thanks for coming.
She was up to this point.
We're still friends.
Well,
We're still friends. And I have Susan Rouse with me here. She works at the geriatric clinic as well, and she prescribes the medication for the older veterans coming in. One thing I wanted to mention, Greg, is you've really given the geriatric clinic a voice in the community. And really, Susan and I feel very passionately that the older veterans are the forgotten veterans.
Yes.
So the Vietnam on up to Korea and World War II, they're the forgotten guys. They're the veterans that will be the first to say they don't want to come to the VA, they don't want the services, they don't deserve the services. We spend a lot of time telling the veterans that there's enough resources for all of them. So I really appreciate that you've really helped us get the word out about the amazing work that we do at the Geriatric Mental Health Clinic.
And we need to reach out and tell them that they're loved and wanted and still important to us all.
That's right.
Gail, and thank you, and Susan, thanks for coming in tonight. You do a great job.
Thank you.
And I want to thank my friends also. We haven't given a shout out to my buddies from Ramshackle.
I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. And whatever he just said, because I've forgotten most of it, I stick by.
So have you ever walked the line?
I have several times.
Okay, and
Still walking the line.
and who wrote that song?
That would be Johnny Cash, yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Extraordinary. Come on up here, guys, for a minute. Take a quick
Take a bow.
Quick
bow.
I'll let Dave
Thank
sit
you.
here.
You did a great job. You played at Stand Down last year, and thanks a lot for being a veteran supporter.
On the train.
I'm proud to be one, and I was really, and the other guys here, we have Dave Bleckley right here, Jerry Ewan.
Coming.
If you want to, and they,
Well,
but the thing is, it was a great honor.
and you were on that train last year.
Yep, and we're doing it
You guys
again.
go on the train this year again?
All right, back by popular demand.
Leroy Ashwood, thanks a lot, brother, for all your support over the years.
I can only tell you I can remember back in Norwood with Veterans Road to Success and the vision that you talked about on those programs, the fact that this has happened this way and for this amount of time is a tribute that everybody on the radio and in the room has paid to you. And if my voice is the last you hear about it, I am happy to be
Brave for vets. Brave for vets.
And I just wanted to give a shout out, I love saying that, to Bill Rose. He's our veteran. He couldn't make it tonight, Navy veteran. So, we...
And you folks play at all our veterans events, and you do a great job, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, folks. Veterans Voice signing off. We'll see you next week.
What's on next week?
Thank you all, my guests.